Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Book Review. This week I've chosen to review a much discussed classic of 20th century literature, L'étranger by Albert Camus. The title has sometimes translated into English as The Stranger, or perhaps more accurately as The Outsider. I felt a little guilty not having read it before, as well as not reading it in its original language. When I was at school many years ago, I remember reading set texts in French and German, such as Les Mouches by Jean-Paul Sartre or Dr. Murka's Gesammelte Schweigen by Heinrich Böll, and it was a struggle getting a sense of what the author had really been trying to convey. Subtle nuances are often lost in translation. However, this shouldn't deter someone from reading the text. This particular edition is the 1982 translation by Joseph Laredo, opening with Mother Died Today, instead of the original and perhaps softer Maman. Camus himself stated, "In our society, any man who does not weep at his mother's funeral runs the risk of being sentenced to death. I only meant that the hero of my book is condemned because he does not play the game." It is this perceived indifference to the acceptable norms of grieving which contributes to the final judgment on the protagonist, Meursault. The Outsider is a little over 100 pages long, placing it in the novella category, like Theodore Storm's Immensee. However, like Immensee, it delivers a humongous punch for something so small. Camus himself apparently disliked the label of existentialist, although acknowledging the question posed of what is the meaning of existence being unanswerable. For his character Meursault, the same question is pertinent. His life, and even his own mother's death, is viewed as absurd, a random chaos to be accepted rather than questioned. Ultimately, Meursault finds a certain happiness in facing his fate. He becomes involved in a violent murder and is resigned to his own inevitable conclusion. His refusal to play the game is ultimately his downfall. Society cannot give credence to his absolute truth. Authority prefers nuanced deception, which Meursault refuses to pander to. He shares a meal of black pudding and some wine with a neighbour who remarks that his mother's death was something that was bound to happen sooner or later. There is a logical acceptance of death as something which cannot be prevented. For these reasons, he is the outsider in the eyes of the court and the community. Anyone who's ever felt that they have not fitted into the system will no doubt find a resonance with Meursault's plight in not conforming to society's views of what is or isn't acceptable behaviour. I highly recommend this book. Once again, thanks for watching.